And I had the filet Yabaro. It was 4 2-ounce pan-seared red chimichurri crusted filet medallions. However, this salmon and these filet medallions were not eaten the night that we were at Cuatro, rather the next night. And there was also, I hope you're sitting, no dessert. Now, why did we not eat the meal the day of while at the restaurant? And why was there no dessert? Well, moments before the meal arrived to the table, we were sitting close to the window at Cuatro, which faced Wabash Street. A Chicago police officer squad car pulls up to the restaurant, parks right in front of the restaurant, actually in the opposite direction of traffic. Traffic would normally, going that direction, be going southbound. He came in northbound and parked his car pointed northbound. Got out of his car, went directly into the restaurant to the Maitre D station, which I'm observing all of this. I just happened to be sitting in a spot that both saw him pull up and was in view of the Maitre D station. And I see some dialogue being exchanged. He seems somewhat animated, or basically he's on a mission. He needs to get something done. So, I'm here with my dinner guest Sarah, and I kind of point out, hey, look at this is a Chicago police officer in here. What could be going on? Next thing you know, the manager on duty, I'm not sure who it was, turns off the music that was playing in the restaurant. So I say to myself, okay, something really interesting is going on here. Just at about that time, our meals, the salmon and the filet medallions, are placed at the table. I see the Chicago police officer going around to a couple tables, somewhat in front of us, and kind of asking a question or saying something. People at the table saying no or shaking their head. So, so obviously the police officer was looking for someone for some reason. Gets to our table, look up. Police officer says, "Are you Scott?" And I said, "Yes." And he says, "Are you Scott Cocandy?" I say, "Yes." And of course, now you can imagine eating dinner at a restaurant. Chicago police officer comes in and is going table to table asking who or where is Scott Cocandy. Turns out my car, which was parked actually within a stone's throw from the restaurant, had a stone thrown through the window. The thief, threw a brick, actually it was a rock, through the passenger window, stole my GPS unit. Someone called the police. The suspect was apprehended and taken to the police station, which was 3 blocks from the restaurant. How the police officer knew I was at the restaurant is I had my OpenTable.com reservation in the back seat. How this person was caught and apprehended and already in police custody from the time, it had to be about 30 to 45 minutes. So again, someone threw a stone through my window, stole my GPS, someone saw him, contacted the police caught him, apprehended him. So that is why we immediately had to box up our meal, proceed down to the Chicago Police Department, spend probably a good 40 to 60 minutes there. Luckily, did get the GPS back. I cannot believe it, but I did. Unfortunately, had to drive home with without a passenger window. And let me tell you, Monday, October 27th was not the warmest night around. Actually, it was probably one of our cooler nights as of late. So the next day I spent remedying the situation, getting a new window, etc., so forth, and finally got to enjoy the filet medallions on Tuesday night from Cuatro, and they were good. They were good. They were tasty. Of course, it was reheated, So in part, the way I had the meat prepared kind of got altered, upgraded, heated more, if you will. So it wasn't the medium rare that I usually like my filet or my beef. Kind of was reaching the medium state pretty quickly. So that was Cuatro. You heard the audio comments from the dinner table between my friend Sarah and I. So really not going to reiterate those. Not going to give a full rating. I'm not going to give an overall rating or even a determination of the wow factor or not because of the unusual and unfortunate situation of having probably only enjoyed half of the meal at the restaurant and then the incident, if you will, with a thief and the Chicago Police Department in the latter half of the evening. But I will rate on food, ambiance, and service from the first half that we did experience. Food would be a 3, ambiance would be a 3, and service would be a 2. As you heard in the opening comments, there was a little odd thing in the beginning where we were told we needed to wait at the bar for a few moments because where I wanted to sit, the server had just seated someone, so I don't know if the hostess needed to check with the server, but we weren't in the bar stool 10 seconds before we were then summoned to the table. It was really interesting. I guess my point would be I don't know why they just didn't sit us at the table and with the expectation of waiting a few extra minutes while the server was notified there was another table in their section, as opposed to this kind of dance around the bar, which really was pointless. Coupled with the fact that our server was kind of nothing nothing special. Basically just kind of read us the gave us the menu, smiled, and I prefer or give higher ratings to servers that are a little bit more engaging, a little bit more interested in the table that they're going to be waiting on. If that's a simple question about the weather, about something that's going on, just didn't feel engaged or welcomed with our server. But again, not going to do an overall, not even going to do the wow one way or another. Just broke it down for now. Food a 3, ambiance a 3, service a 2. And you know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to make it a point here in the next few months to go back. They have a weekend brunch that sounds really interesting. Brunch is something I don't do enough of. So I think I'm going to go back and try that and see what they have to offer. And again, lesson learned, and to all my listeners, probably not a good idea to leave your GPS visible, so maybe shame on me that this happened in the first place, because I did have my Garmin GPS still suction cupped to the window. Obviously that was attractive to a thief to go and get it. Again, can't believe that it was recovered, and I have to spend some more time in the city of Chicago in first couple weeks in December to actually go to trial for the individual that did this. Really, me showing up will ensure at least some prison time for this individual. And as you all know and appreciate, anyone that would interrupt a good meal definitely does deserve some prison time. That's all for now. As always, this is your host, Scott T. Candy. One thing, please, anyone that has not filled out the listener survey, please do that. That's so important. We love that feedback. We love hearing from you, and really, so we can make the content that much better for you. Should have apologized at the beginning. I have this cold or congestion that's going around, so if I seem a little muffled, it was not a case of Marlboro Lights. It is the cold and sinus issues that are going around with everyone. So, as always, please fill out that listener survey. Appreciate your patronage. And until next time, this is Scott T. Candy, your dinner voyeur.